on August 12th.
Were there an additional 3, or maybe I'm not counting? I thought there were 8 counts and then 2 more, but then you said 13.
Okay.
13 new ones, right?
Yes, here's what happened. We received 2 separate complaints. OSHA came out and investigated those, and basically, except for 4, none of those were found valid. But when OSHA came and interviewed our employees, they identified items that were not originally contained in the original.
So this is 13 additional.
Correct.
For a total of 23. Now, what about the one, how does this compare to, I mean, I don't know if 23 is a lot. It
That's what I was
sounds
just
like a lot,
asking.
and how would that compare to like a year ago?
In my 7-year tenure, I think these are the first and the only complaints from OSHA that I've been associated with. I think we may have had an OSHA complaint in excess of 7 years ago, but I think this is the first formal and official.
Why do you think so many this year?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a hypothesis for why so many?
No, I don't.
We've had a hypothesis given to the board that perhaps it has something to do with, addresses to you, the loss of the safety director's position in the district. Do you have a comment on that?
I can't say that that's the reason this occurred. You know, we received, there were some complaints that were filed with OSHA, and, you know, we don't know where those come from. I can't say that not having a safety director has increased our probability of having these incidents occur, these violations. So
It's not a process, though, where OSHA just sort of every year comes in and checks. And so you've got a baseline of, oh, you know, we had 6 years of clean bill of health, and all of a sudden there's an uptick. It's just a question of
When they show up?
when
they get a complaint.
they're either asked to show up or they show up, I suppose, maybe on some other basis.
Right.
How seriously we take employee safety.
Well, of the original 10, you kind of disposed those of the original 10, we felt only 4 of those were violations.
Yes.
The second group of 13 were, how many of those did we feel were violations? Do we not know yet?
We accepted all 13. And again, OSHA, I believe, identified those through observation on site as well as through interviews with employees. And we just said, if that's what you believe we need, we will follow through with that. We believe we've taken the remediation necessary and corrected those situations and have put systems in place that should prevent those from happening again.
Just to put up a red flag, if somebody had emailed me about this, I wouldn't have known that this occurred, so.
I think the
That'd be
workman's
good
comp
idea for us
is
to-
more relevant than the other, but I would think either, I mean, whether you could have safety problems without having OSHA complaints for sure. That wouldn't, so that's not a very accurate measure of.
And I don't mean it to be a
anything.
measure, it's just an
Yeah.
indicator. Just something that it seems we should be aware of.
The work